Hello everybody, Kanisha the Creator here, and I'm here today to give you my review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. I I quite enjoyed each one of the characters, though there are some characters that I loved more than others. Let's just not even beat around the bush. Let's get into the characters. Yuya I absolutely loved. He's fun, he has a positive attitude. I did hate how he got overconfident sometimes and didn't always think, but I did enjoy his character nonetheless. Zuzu, I liked that she wasn't a damsel in distress and that she was actually a pretty strong duelist. Her flip floppy behavior and attitude was annoying, but at least her friendship with Yuya was a little bit okay. Now we bring you into some of the counterparts of Yuya and Zuzu. First, we have to bring up Yuta. Now, obviously, y'all know the story. At first, he seemed like a bit of an antagonist, but it turns out he just wanted to help his dimension, and get back his dimension. His dimensions counterpart. It was once he fused with Yuya, he became a really enjoyable character. I really liked him, and like I'm about to say, he needs to be in a spin-off of his own. The backstories weren't enough. He needed to be in his own spin-off. I really feel like they really should have did that. It was so much fun having him in there. And it's perfect. He's already a counterpart of the main protagonist. Sorry, I say antagonist. Protagonist. So, it would have been fun to have him as a spin-off character. But nope, we have to introduce a new dueling style, and we can't do it with a character that we know only does one kind of dueling style. So boring. I hated that. Next, we have Shay. Now you see, he's not a counterpart, but a friend. I did enjoy him. At first he's seen as the antagonist, especially after he teams up with one of the opposing duel academies. But he actually is a kind soul. It's just because of the horror that he has faced that he doesn't really seem that kind. But after a while, you see that he is actually a good person. Just needs a bit of an attitude adjustment. Next, we got Yugo. I absolutely love him. Yes, he can be a bit too overconfident. Yes, he doesn't always know what he's doing and doesn't always use his head. But I love how friendly he is, how kind he is. He is a great protagonist. I enjoy him. He is a great counterpart to Yuya. Next, we got Yuri. Now. I know what y'all gonna say. He's crazy. He's psycho. But let me tell you, that's the best part of him. I love him like that. I know most people would say, have you lost your mind? But everybody's gotta love a good antagonist, and this guy, he fills the role. Like, I swear I replay every scene that he's in. So much fun. Now, Selena is the best counterpart of Zuzu. Her personality, amazing. Her dueling style, I love it. I enjoyed her personality. Like, everything about her, I just love the most. Next, we bring out one of the main villains, Gong. I love his confidence, his dueling style, and his friendship with Yuya. And when they bring up his dojo, it's always fun. The main antagonist, Declan. He's confident, he's an amazing duelist and a quick learner. And I like the fact that he isn't completely horrible, unlike Kaiba, who in my eyes is irredeemable. Anyway, he is actually really good because he actually does have a good friendship with the main protagonist and actually doesn't feel too stubborn asking for their help. See, Kaiba, you can learn a thing or two. You can learn a thing or two. Sorry. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this again. You see, before I did already record a review of it, but my stupid computer did not analyze it. So I have to redo it. So this is part 2. Well, technically 2.0. Riley. Now, she's strong, a good duelist, and at first you do think that she is a boy, but I did like the scenes with her. Silvio, at first he was so annoying. I couldn't stand him. But then once he joins Yuya's crew when the world/universe is, in danger, he actually starts to become a better person. He nearly sacrificed his life for his friends? What? I actually enjoyed him. Next, Yusho. Yusho? I don't know how you say his name. Anyway, he's Yuya's dad. At first, I was afraid that he really was never going to be able to show up in the series, but you know what? He did, and I loved him. He is fun. He is a great duelist. Like father, like son. I loved his energy, just like I love Yuya's energy. Have you noticed that? Sora, my favoriteest, and by that I mean favorite character of all time, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. I love his dueling. He seems so sweet and kind, and so does his duel monsters. But then, he turns real sour when things get serious. First you think he's just a betrayer, but then it turns out he knows which side to be on after all. I just love that. Y'all may notice that these characters that I'm naming are all the characters that I really love and have the most expression for. I'm going to get to the minor characters later, but I also have to mention I loved the crossover. If y'all know, y'all know. Crow, Jack, Kite, Aster. All of them being in there. I loved it. Ooh. That's another character I'm missing. Who am I missing? I think it's Alex from GX. Yeah. Both Aster and her from GX. I totally forgot about that. Oh well, it doesn't matter anyway. Anyway, I love them. Arc V is the reason why I love Crow. Arc V is the reason I love Kite. Jack was in. I loved him more in 5Ds, but I loved Crow and Kite. They were my favorite crossover characters. Y'all may hate me for this, but I enjoyed the dub. Don't sue me. I like the dub. The voices were not that bad. Except for GX. I still cringe at that guy. I think he's like a wrestler character, and when you heard his voice, when I heard that guy's voice, I swear I was cracking up. I couldn't keep a straight face, I swear. Even thinking about it now, I think my eyes are starting to water. Now we go to the minor characters that I cared so very little about. First up is Yuya's mom. She was kind and was part of a biker gang. And she's the positive outlet for Yuya. There is not much to her. She barely even has that much screen time. She is so lame. She don't get me wrong. I don't hate her. She's just so bland. Lulu. She is just a mind-controlled zombie. She doesn't do much. She's given some backstory, obviously, as many counterparts of Zuzu are, but so boring. There is not much to her. Rin. She is okay. She is the same. She doesn't do much. I know she is a kind soul and everything. And very motherly. There is not much to her. That's it. Boring. Skip. The father of Suzu. He is always way too emotional. And there's not much to him. He barely even duels. You think, being the owner of a duel academy, you think you would duel once in a while. But he doesn't even do that. So lame. don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't hate him, but could we give him more to do? Then we bring up the characters who really don't do anything much. They are just background characters. Tate, Frederick, and Allie. They're just background characters. They're just cheerleaders. There's not even much to them. There is nothing to them. Nothing. Henrietta. Yeah. Pretty sure she's the mother of Declan, but like there is nothing to her. There is nothing. There's nothing. She's just the main caretaker of that opposing dual academy, and I gotta be honest, there's not much to her. She does have an interesting backstory, yes, but I did not care about her that much until like the very end. To be honest, I still don't care about her now. Dipper. I liked him. He had a nice Joker kind of personality. His dueling style was fun. Too bad he was turned into a card and we never heard about him again. I don't even remember after. No, actually, I think I remember after he was out of the car. Still not much to her. Him. Aura. She is interesting. I loved her fortune-telling style of dueling. It was kind of fun. Too bad we don't get to see her that much after we meet her like 2 times. After we see her 2 times. Kind of boring. Oh, and speaking of boring, Zark is such a generic villain, so lame. I thought with his backstory, it'd be like, oh, so he wants to take over the world now? You know, destroy the worlds and combine them or something? Cause chaos? Kinda, but not really. He doesn't really get that much to do. I wish he was a separate entity. If he was a separate entity, that would have been more fun. But since he's fused together with all the other counterparts to Yuya, all the counterparts of Yuya mixed together is the only way to create Zark. That's why I feel like he's such a generic villain, because for a long time you can't get rid of the main character. That's the one thing you can't do. You can't really get rid of the main character. Having them cross over to the dark side kinda isn't always the best, isn't always the easiest thing to do, so that's why you always have it. There's a bunch of scenes where it looks like the main character will turn evil, but then they turn nice again. Like the whole thing of this was Yuya was slowly starting to turn evil, but then Zuzu was there, or a friend who was part of the main cast was there to tell her, Yuya, no, this isn't who you are. And then he would turn back to normal, but then he started being more alone, and then he started turning more evil, and then Zark finally came, and yada yada yada, and it was so boring. And I don't know why at first I thought it would be interesting. It happened so fast, and it ended so fast. Ray is the same. So boring. She needed to be given more depth. She needed to be given more screen time. See, this is why I just keep telling our people we need a more spin-off or more seasons. Either a spin-off or more seasons. That's what it deserved. I really did enjoy pendulum summoning. I think it's my favorite kind of summoning, besides basic summoning. It was fun. I feel like for people who probably played the real game, it was confusing. But since I don't play the real game, I'm fine with pendulum summoning. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was very enjoyable. And would I watch it again? Absolutely. In fact, I already am. I'm watching the sub version. And let me tell you, so far, I'm liking it. I hope you all have a lovely day.